Hey, Jolly Green 1990 here today to talk about anime episode 1027 for the One Piece anime. I will be doing comparison of that and chapter 1010 from the manga. And that is because in this episode we saw our man, the myth, the legend, Zoro used Conqueror's Haki. Didn't realize it, but he did. And he used Ashura, which is his major attack. So I'm going to jump right into that. We've only seen Ashura, God of Death, in the Enies Lobby arc, the movie Strong World, and now Wano, aka Onigashima. So a lot of people in the YouTube community has speculated before that might have been some type of form of Haki. They weren't sure. I'm not saying it is, but based on the fact that Kaido comments that, hey, you can use Supreme Conqueror's Haki too, and the fact, so I think back when he used it in his Haki, he just kind of tapped into Haki, because from that point on, we even start to kind of have more access to it. Luffy has this as well, where he fights a strong opponent, gets a buff, and he started to experience Haki as well. So to me, that's directly what Ashura is. But in the anime, it was phenomenal. I liked the way the anime did the fight, because in the manga, while Zoro does, spoiler if you've not seen the episode, injure Kaido in the anime, there's a few clashes and he does almost like a twirl spin, like Tasmanian Devil, and then he slashes. And based on the way he slashed him, now this is Luffy, but Kaido's kind of got a scar here. It looked like Zoro had literally cut within the scar that Odin gave Kaido. That scene alone was pure gold. I do want to mention kind of before how Zoro and Killer were kind of going after Big Mom's homies, Prometheus and the sword. And so I like the fact that you kind of had that, but then you had Zoro and Law teaming up and going after Kaido, and even Zoro's like, hey, Law, aren't you going to go deal with and save and get the homies who were about to save Big Mom, who at this point had dropped into the ocean? And he's like, look, I'd rather us be alive and lose, and then lose the battle. So it's better we're alive and have an L versus die and have a W. And so I like that he mentioned that. Kind of that to me, that was good that he's acknowledging that the long term we still need to be alive, otherwise there's no point. And I like that he's doing that. And then the next scene we see essentially is then it'll shift to Kid and Killer going after Big Mom. And that's kind of when we have that shift. Halfway through the episode, we shift to Zoro saying, hey, Law, I've got one attack left in me. He does Ashura, does the twirls, injures Kaido. And then I like kind of how he kind of kaplops, and then how Law tries to rush in, and Kaido's just like, thunder, bagua, and we see the electrical lightning. So, spoiler alert to anyone who has not read chapter 1055 of the manga, that was kind of hinted at, but in the current chapter we saw that Shanks used the lightning kind of like thought projection as well to stop a admiral that came to Wano after the battle. And so to me, seeing the projection of the thunder, which now based on everything we're seeing, looks like this is a form of Haki. It was nice to see, especially with Kaido. And then the next part is one of my favorite parts of this entire battle, because it shows the potential of Monkey D. Luffy. Now, 1027 showed the potential and the possibilities of Zoro, which will lead to his fight with King. Spoiler, he will defeat King, Kaido's right hand. But Luffy, the man, the myth, the legend, I'm going to read directly from 1010 in the manga. So, that part, essentially, he's like, you've gone with me, we could have gone with you. It's like, Luffy's with you, we'd never go with you. Love the samurai. Mark my words, you're going out was still too solid. So then Luffy, that'll be, I think, episode 1028, he starts to think about how to use the Haki, the Supreme Code. He's like, you can infuse things with Supreme King Haki, can't you? So spoiler alert of those who have not read the manga, chapter 1010. The anime, you'll definitely probably see it 1028 or 29. And so then Kaido goes for attack, and Luffy essentially had risen what looked like from the dead. And then at this point, Luffy uses the Holy Sandals, as a YouTuber I like calls him, and pretty much uses Conqueror's coding on his butt, and literally pushes away Kaido's club, and they're not touching. It's literally what Roger and Whitebeard and Odin, and Odin we hadn't seen it, but possibly Roger and Whitebeard definitely did. In the flash record, they kind of have that right there. They're not touching it. So that to me shows right there, literally, Luffy has just hit another level, and this is the level he needs to physically do damage and defeat Kaido. And so that's why, to me, the anime episode was so hype, because you had Zoro shining and showing his possibility, and then you have Luffy accessing and locking into that, tapping into that, and then next episode he will show that. So I was just super excited and happy, wanted to share that with the YouTube community. Jaw Green 1990 here. If you liked the video, please give me the like, subscribe when you see more content. Please give me a comment. I'm going to try to do about 2 videos a week, one being a live reaction / review of the One Piece chapter, and then typically a manga recap. Jaw Green 1990 signing out.